afternoon. Nice to see everybody. And welcome to the University of Oregon in Portland, Oregon, downtown Portland. I'd like to welcome everybody that's live streaming with us. Welcome. And I'd like to welcome, we probably have about 75 students here from our sports product management and our sports product design program. We've got first year students, second year students, and then we have some amazing guests here from Asia. I'm going to invite two of our leaders in this industry that are going to speak to you today. I would like to invite up Raymond Tan. Ladies and gentlemen. I describe Raymond as, I think of a gentleman that I know named Phil Knight and the leadership that he has provided in this industry in the area of branding. And then I have Raymond Tan, who is the CEO of Luen Thai. Raymond and I met last April when he came to the University of Oregon, and we put some ideas together. And he and Kalvin will talk to you about those today. So Raymond, welcome today. So
thank you.
Next up, I'd like to invite Kalvin Chung. I like to introduce Kalvin as the Stephen Jobs, and somebody else said, but nicer. You know, Stephen. Kalvin is an innovator. He is the co-founder and the chairman and the managing director of NTX. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about driving sustainability in the sports and outdoor industry through the lens of NTX. Finally, I've asked one of our students, Alvin, to translate for Kalvin. So Alvin, welcome up. Okay, so thank you for coming to Oregon. I know maybe you're a little tired after a little lunch. So Raymond, why don't you tell the students and everybody joining us online a little bit about you and your company?
Well, my name is Raymond Tan, CEO of Luen Thai. We have about 33,000 people. We manufacture in 8 different countries. My major market is US. You can see I'm wearing one of my customers' product, Ralph Lauren Polo. I wore this shirt today because, it's a Chinese style. It's Midwest, okay? And apparel is one of my biggest product. We also make accessory. My other customer is Tapestry. We recently acquired Capri. That's why I'm going to go to New York to meet with them. I've been in the business since, I was 22. So that was 40 years ago. So that would disclose my age. I'm 62. I love football.
He's young.
Yeah, I love soccer. I still play twice a week, full time. Okay, FYI. But then coming here is very, very special to me because my major market is US, and I always because in the past I've seen how our customer interact with us, the way how we work together have changed so much. I still remember back in the old day, it was mainly just the personal relationship. We go play golf, blah blah. We have some business talk, done deal. Then you start to look at supply chain, and then then when you talk about supply chain, then you talk about where do you manufacture? Then China plus one, and then and then China plus two, and then all this duty go away, blah 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 blah. And then after that, compliance come into the picture, sustainability. So our industry has been changing so much in the last 40 years I've been in. But I think we have reached a time that we must really think about, what to do next. It's super, super important for anyone who wants to be in this industry and actually in any industry that we're talking about. And that's why we're here. We're trying to bridge what is happening in Asia. I think this is the right partner. Thanks to Alan. And I'll talk a little bit about how we met. And of course, Jane, where's Jane? Oh, Jane, yeah. And these wonderful two ladies I met a couple months ago. And that's why we're here today. We really want to bring Of course, I'm not a crazy, scientist. Okay, he's the guy there. So Kelvin and I, best friend, best partner, uh, brothers. We work together closely. I'm from the industry. He's a scientist. So how do I, apply, whatever he meant and into the industry, and how do we partner with your organization to build something totally, unique and different? Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Excellent. And I think our students here and those online, they know a lot about your customers. I mean, because we're here in the United States, they know a lot about Nike and Adidas and On Footwear and Levi's and many of your customers, but they don't know as much about manufacturing or materials and textile science. So we're really excited today to have both you and Calvin talk to them. So Calvin, we're going to bring you into the conversation. So Kalvin Chung, as I mentioned, is the founder as well as the chairman of NTX. And NTX is the waterless dyeing system and the manufacturing that we're bringing here to Oregon. So Calvin, I'll let Alvin translate and then have you speak.
就是请你述说一下这个染布的技术，然后对
OK，在我来看的时候呢，染色的技术，我们刚刚在吃饭的时候在聊天，就3000年以来都没有改变过。
So he said that dyeing technology hasn't been changed in 3,000 years.
老祖宗呢，就是在地上挖了一个土坑，然后把水放进去。
Our ancestors dig a hole and pour water, okay, underground. Okay, that's all we did. That's how dyeing started. Okay.
然后把烧红的石头放进去，
So just burn the rock and put the rock in the hole.
然后把有颜色的果实捣碎了放进去。Jeff.
All right, we're going to bring Jeff up now. But Alvin helped and said he would help us at the very last moment. So Alvin, I'd like to have you stay up here if you don't mind, and we'll invite Jeff to come up as well. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. A round of applause. Alvin is one of our first-year students in the sports product management program. So, and gets extra credit in my class for doing that.
所以我们接着刚刚的话题啊，就是
So to continue the conversation that we were just having,
然后在这个土坑里面，就是把布料放进去搅拌。
so within the hole that you just dug in the ground, in addition to the heated stones and some of the pigmented fibers or flowers or whatever, now you add the fabric in and you stir it.
然后今天变成一个不锈钢锅。
What's changed now is that you're instead of using earth, you're using stainless steel.
同样大量的水，
Same amount of water, if not more.
同样的 chemical，
Same types of chemicals.
然后用能源，
And now using electricity
一
as
点改
opposed
变
to.
都没有的。
Otherwise, it's the same thing.
所以在我们来看的时候呢，我们就希望把它破解，就是我们在学校在学的一样的。那这个水到底在里面做什么用途？
So similar to what we do in the academia, we would dissect and look at each of the individual elements and see how they all come together.
在我们的研发小组里面，大概把它分成了80个种类的用途。
So within our first research team, we've separated them into 80 different types of utilization.
所以我们只保留了10%左右需要用的。
And we only maintained and needed to have 10% of that.
然后把其他比如说我们一般用水来传热，那这部分我们不需要使用。
So using water, not just as a solvent, but also as a carrier of heat, we don't need to use that.
我们用水来带动布的流动，这个我们也不需要。
To utilize water to rotate or to churn the fabric, I don't need to do that.
最终我们能够在目前染色的环节里面省掉90%的水。
So because of that, we're able to save over 90% of the water minimum during the dyeing process.
那我希望跟大家有个互动这个就是我们的一个思维模式，跟学校在上学的时候很像。
So I wish to have this interactivity with all of you, such as in a proper academia, to have this opportunity.
在工业生产环节来讲，大家就是太过于习惯。
So within the industry, I think one of the big faults is that people are accustomed to too many different things.
我们有另外一个研究小组，他一天到晚在想的，那我为什么要用水？
I have another team that is researching, and then their core question is, why do I even need to use water?
是，所以我们很成功的在去年的时候，从气体压缩成液体，从液体的改性再去做染色，已经成功的实现全流程无水化。
So, so what we've been able to do last year was we compressed gas into a liquid and utilized that gas liquid to completely go water free.
所以我们相信，在未来的10年当中来讲的话，这个产业化是一定的。所以未来的10年，未来的染色技术，它是不需要用水的。
So we foresee that within the next 10 years, this is going to become a commercial reality. And in translation, that means that within 10 years, you no longer need to have water as part of the process at all.
所以我经常告诉我们团队，就是你要相信，你要敢想，然后想了以后你要相信，相信你去做了以后会做得出来的。
So what I often tell our team members is that you need to dare to think, you need to dare to venture, because only by daring are you able to have any form of success.
是的，在我们来看并不难，就是你有没有在坚持。
It's not a question of difficulty, it's a question of do you have the endurance to persevere.
所以我希望今天我们能够把一些好的观念，然后把我们一些实践的一些经验带到我们的创新中心来。
So what we'd like to be able to do is to take some of this experience and bring it into Bridges Innovation Center.
And that's the innovation center that they're going to build here in Portland. They've already located a site while they've been here.
所以很欢迎能够跟大家一起工作。
So we welcome the opportunity to work together.
Okay, so yeah, make sure, yeah. Oh, it fixed automatically. Okay, so I think that being in the United States, I mean, many of our students are familiar with retailing. They may be familiar with branding. They're less familiar with manufacturing. But I would say almost every single one of our students is familiar with the fact that the sports apparel and footwear industry is a very dirty industry. And I think that the work that you're doing in making the process move faster so that you can deal with the issues around inventory and to make the dyeing process waterless is revolutionary for this industry. Can you both talk a little bit about what was the inspiration behind this? I mean, I'm sure the brands weren't asking for it. How did you come up with these ideas, and how do we get to today, and then where do we go from here?
You know, working with brands and working with Kalvin, there are two very, very important pain points in the industry. One is inventory, and one is, you know, how do you design correctly to the market, right? You know, and I'd like to show you this. I'm wearing a pair of pants, which is printed by Cool Trends. Okay, no water. I mean, 90% less water. I see two gentlemen over here, you know, wearing pants, you know, flip up your, you know, I'll show you this, okay?
So it's a print on both sides.
So I'm going to walk around, show you, you know, how cool I look, you know, although I'm 62. Okay, but you know, but look, this is a product that we print. There's a print inside. So the new tech, NTX Technology, could print on both sides. You can have both sides different color, one side print, one side. But not only that, I started this project with Skechers. This is, by the way, it's a pair of Skechers waterless sports jeans. Okay, we call that. We launched it in China. And this particular project, I started with Skechers to have the conversation end of May. I proposed to them end of June. My first concept came out middle part of July for fall winter 23.
Could you imagine working that fast?
So
That's incredible.
we went from design to this sample in 3 weeks' time, and then we launched the product. When I say launch, we actually start selling September the 9th. Okay, so from concept to actually selling, delivering to consumer was 2 months. Okay, nothing, just concept. Design, decide what fabric to use, what pattern to use, print it, make it. And not only that, we produce 100 pieces per, and by the way, our first launch was, we came up with 20 SPU, 40 some SKU, and then we trim it down to 10. No, we trim it down to 6 SPU and 24 SKU. We add the color. We reduce the style. We add the color. And we still launch it on time. That's how flexible we were. And after we produce 100 pieces to test the market, then the market is going to tell us what they need. And we'll produce another few hundred pieces, deliver in 7 to 10 days. We're not even designing anything for spring, summer 24 now. We're still designing for winter 23.
And the industry right now is probably designing for fall 25.
Yeah.
So,
and this is what I'm trying to say, right? Although Kalvin talked about the sustainability part, so a lot of people get confused and think that this new tech technology, everything is about sustainability. Yes, everything is about sustainability, but it's beyond sustainability. We are doing 20, instead of we call season, we are doing 26 launches a year. Every 2 weeks, we're going to have new style come out. We test the market. And on top of that, you know, Kalvin will talk a little bit about his AI tools that, you know, we can use his AI tools to predict the market. We can, you know, one of the biggest challenge of the industry is about forecast, you know, or every brand, they make the forecast incorrectly. Then you buy too much. You think about that, right? Okay. Brands, they don't buy enough, they don't have enough business. They buy too much, they end up having inventory they could not sell, they mark down. Very bad for brands. They polluted the world so much, and after that, they make product that could not be sold. So it's a double pollution. You think about that, right? So in order to solve that problem, you must be able to design very, very close to the market and execute, launch it, sell it at the right price, and get feedback, and then make it based on what the market needs. And this is the experience that we like to bring to this university. We like to share how did we exactly make this from a design concept to the end consumer in 2 months. And how do we go from factory to consumer model? And in fact, this morning we were talking about one of my on-demand manufacturing platform called SewSewYou. You can type in SEWSEWYOU. Okay, we support Western influencer. They design the product, and then it's amazing that it's like 90% one time the garment fit, and you know they have different sizes, right? So it's very difficult to fit someone 100%. And only that, our return rate is something like about 6%. Online, everything is online. So we launch it, we sell for 5 days, and then we collect the order, we produce it in 2 weeks, we ship it to them, they get the product within 21 days. So it is this kind of model which I believe is the solution for our industry. You can no longer just do it the old way. You have the brand, you design, and you design so early, okay, and then you make purchasing decision so early. So rather than forcing ourselves to make bad decisions with forecasting, which is going to really create so much problem for everyone, we have to relook at the whole supply chain concept and say, how can we do it better? But you cannot do it better by just improving the process. You must have new technology in both colorization, whatever you want to call, right? Dyeing, printing, but we call colorization because as far as I'm concerned, whether it is solid or print, it's print, okay? Because you just print it on, right? And AI. It's the combination of the two. Then I believe we can transform the industry. And that's why we're here. We're trying to bring both under the NTX Bridges project.
Yeah, and I think that you've also talked about, and to really translate for our students, many of you have had Stephen Holberg's class where he talks about step change versus incremental change. And this would be a revolutionary step change. This would be changing the way the industry creates products. Those that have my class, I mean, you guys imagine if you knew what a consumer was thinking today, and you were able to get them a product 2 months down the road. I mean, you're going to be so much more accurate. I mean, your business is going to be so much on trend. So it really gives a huge competitive advantage. One thing that you've said to me is that much of the industry is already using systems that they're very committed to, and that our students are the future leaders of the industry. So this is the students to teach about something revolutionary because they can actually change the industry.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, we're from Asia, and we have to know that we do not understand the market. We can provide the technology, right? It's all of you who actually study here. You either work in the industry before, work for the industry in the future, and hopefully we can go through this program that we can share our technology, our experience, and I'm sure that some of our project, will become your project, right? Just think about that, and we are not here to just, teaching theory. The innovation center that we're looking at right now is about 40,000 square feet. I don't know, maybe about 10, 15 minutes away from here. So in a few months' time, you're going to have those equipment over here. You're going to actually see it, touch it, get involved with some of our actual business transaction, rather than in theory. How do you do this? How do you do that? And we also would not limit your creativity, right? So you now have equipment, tools that you can now and say, oh, what if I want to do this? What if I want to do that? I want to, print this, this color, this pattern, that pattern, and how does it look in the garment? But before you do that, maybe, AI system can help you out to say, how do you make a virtual garment? How do you even use AI to help you to design better? Or how do you create your original design and collaborate with AI to come up with, the second generation of design from your original design? I mean, there's so much you could do in such a short period of time, but we are still talking about product. You have to have that product. You have to touch the product. So in our innovation center, we will have sewing machine. We'll have the latest sewing machine that you can go in there, you can touch it, you can make the garment even if you don't know how to sew. I'm not kidding. I mean, there are sewing machine that is so easy for you to just stitch it on, and we want to bring that capability over here, connect that together with our customer over here, and also going through your university because we there's no way that we can do it alone, right? And this is why, I mean, the last couple months ago when I first came here for the first time, my second time to Portland, okay, one of the things that I realized that there are 9 bridges over here. So I went back, I talked to my team, I said, I think I'd like to call this project Bridge, right? Okay, and bridge is a very, very nice word, it connects us with you, east and west, connect us with our customer, connect us with, our consumer. There's so, there could be so many bridges that we can build from this particular center. And we're not limiting ourselves, how the future is going to evolve. And we do expect partnership. We hope that, we can inspire you to make you think differently, to help us to think better. We are not here to try to pass on knowledge. We're here to share. And we expect to get feedback. And hopefully, we'll also learn from all of you because you understand the market. But we just want to show you there's another way to do it, okay? And once you understand that way, you will not be able to get back. I can guarantee you I take away your phone. You don't know how to live your life without a phone now. And I can guarantee you, we give you that innovation center. You never know how to make a garment without that innovation center in the future.
That's incredible. I want to clap. I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, the resources. I always say that today our curriculum is really built on the way the industry works today, and the way it used to work, and then you're going to give us the opportunity to teach all of our students about tomorrow, about where the industry is going, because these are the future leaders and creators of this industry, and they can help create that future with you. So.
Oh, definitely. Yes, yeah. We're looking forward to my future bosses. Yeah. Many of them will be here. Yeah.
Okay, I want to pull Kalvin into the conversation. Kalvin, I saw that we're talking about an innovation R&D center here, but I also know that your company is working on kind of the future of manufacturing. And I saw a recent news release that you're building the future of manufacturing in Bangladesh. And when I think about sustainability and the value of water, that's such a wonderful place to be doing that. Can you tell us a little bit more about your future of manufacturing, your vision of that?
OK， 我是从做技术嘛啊，
So I'm an engineer by heart.
所以会比较理想化一点，就觉得说这个工厂的一个生产来讲的话，一定会是全面性的要达到自动化。
So it may be a little bit ideological, if not a little naive, but we want to make the facility 100% automated.
所以我们在做的过程当中，现在逐步的在每一个环节里面，从排布出来以后，一直到成衣的环节，我们都花了很大的投资量进去。
So we've invested a considerable amount of resources into having raw grades as the input, and then the output is a finished garment.
我相信有很多的公司都像我们一样的在做这些事情。
I believe that there are many different companies that are attempting to do this exact feat.
当然，从 AI 的一个模组开始了以后，我相信这个速度的加快会比我们想象的提早个10年去实现。
With the toolage from artificial intelligence, we believe that we can accelerate this by 10 years' time.
所以未来的一个工厂会是一个很可怕的一个工厂，它的直接、它的触角，它必须去吸收C端客人所有的习惯。
The future of manufacturing, the future factory is going to be a terrifying aspect in that it needs to not only just do manufacture, but it needs to have a proper insight directly from the consumer.
然后它的产地会是最贴近于消费地。
And the location of the manufacturing needs to be right within the same locality of the consumer.
这个就是我们公司执行的3年计划，
So this is the 3-year project that our company is looking to achieve.
这个一定会实现的。
This will materialize.
Excellent. Congratulations. I'm going to put my hands together on that. I think Raymond said it well when he said that, I mean, part of this whole process is that we're learning from all of you. And I know that probably their questions are probably going to be even better than my questions were. So I saw Raymond go that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we'd like to bring some questions forward from the audience. We've got people walking around with some mics. If you've got a question, just raise your hand and we'll have somebody hand you a mic. And if you don't mind standing, introducing yourself, where you're from, just so that our guests know. So I have one over here. Oh, hold on, Mafuro. We've got the mic coming. Just because of the live stream, I want to make sure they get a chance to hear it too. All right, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mufaro. Thank you so much for being here. I'm originally from Zimbabwe, and I'm curious from a sustainability perspective in terms of collaboration. Are you guys working with other factories to maybe teach them the skills of how to save water, or is it like people kind of gatekeep information? Is this more so like for the greater good? Are we sharing that information with like our other factory partners and stuff?
我想我们做得更好的一点是，我们不卖这个技术，但是我们把这个技术提供出来以后呢，跟所有的生产厂一起建厂。
So one of the key attributes of our business structure is that we don't sell the technology. What we do instead is that we partner with the factory directly and then transfer that technology to that factory.
那我们在前2年的时候，大概有6个国家的建厂都已经完成了。
In the past 2 years, we had facilities in 6 different countries that we have completed the construction of.
未来2年，我们的预计大概有23个工厂还要再建立。
In the next 2 years, we anticipate an additional 23 factories that are going to come online.
所以这个就是我们的理念。第一个，说服品牌，让品牌从技术的角度跟数据的角度来验证我们。
So part of our mission is to have the brands to understand what this technology is and to adapt this type of technology.
在我们公司来讲，就以 ESG 的角度，就是在全球设厂。
And then from our corporate standpoint, it would be for the maturation of ESG and then to establish factories globally.
第二步呢，才去实现我们就是跟伙伴，就像Raymond 一样的，那我们会去执行第2个计划 F2C。
The second part of this mission would be to establish partners such as with Luen Thai, with Raymond, and that would be the actuation of factory direct to consumer.
全世界新的技术，很棒的技术很多。
Globally, there are a lot of amazing technologies.
但大部分我的经验上来看的时候，99%都没有办法在商业当中存活下来。
From my experience, however, during the commercialization process, about 99% of these will not survive.
那所以我们选择了最辛苦的一条路，建厂陪着他走。
So we actually selected the most difficult of business structures in that we go hand in hand with the facility, with the partner to build a factory.
Well, I'd like to add over here. Now, first of all, thanks for your question. One thing that Kalvin and I, we do have the planet environment in mind. Yes, we are a profitable business, but it's beyond that. We must not lose sight of that. However, having said that, it's not just about sharing the technology because when you have a technology, you have to go through a commercialization process, which is very, very challenging, costly. It's not as simple as you think that you just have a machine, you put the fabric in and treat it like a paper, and then just by magically this is going to work. It doesn't work that way. Okay, and that's the reason why that Kelvin chose a very, very difficult path, and they must find industrial partner like ourselves who could commercialize it. And when we say commercialize it, it means that you have to be able to do it in a way that you work with a brand which it passes all their technical requirements. Now, our first delivery to Adidas was November 21, and we've been delivering, millions of yards to them already. Okay, and that is what we call commercialization, right? Only when the product is being produced meet all those testing requirements of major brands, that after the consumer wear that, use that, they come back and say, they don't feel the difference. They don't understand, what process, went through to make that particular fabric. Now, there are many, many fabric out there. So each of them is slightly different. So each of them requires some, commercialization process at the headquarters before we can do bulk production. Which means that, you really have to work with the industry player at the right location, partnering with the right brand to create that kind of global impact. And after that, you set the new standard. Then you challenge others. Others will challenge us, like Tesla started with a dream. Then everyone have to do it because they cannot let Tesla to be on his own. It's the same thing. We will not be on our own in the future, but someone got to be the first, take the difficult path. So I hope you answered part of your question also. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I think another thing that I'm really pleased with and proud of you is that being the first to come here too. We work with many different manufacturers in Asia, and that you were the first to come here. And so we can't thank you enough, because it will allow us an opportunity to be a part of the future for this industry. So thank you for that.
I like to say this, okay? I came here by accident. I came here because of these two beautiful ladies. I'm not kidding, right? A couple months ago, I came here. I was supposed to meet, two real estate companies to show me some properties, and then one of my other colleagues, sent me a video, and I woke up like 6 in the morning. I watched the video, it's her, and then after visiting two sites, I told my colleague Frank, I said, Frank, I got to meet this lady, but it was a Friday morning, right? 11 a.m. I was at the coffee shop. I said, you think that you can call up 3 p.m.? I was at, your lab, right? Okay. And then I met with also Jane, and also, I think one or two of your students. Then the following morning, they invite me on Saturday brunch. Okay, I said these two ladies are crazy, right? They don't work. I mean, they work during, and I'm not kidding. And I actually went to Eugene from there. Okay, and I had a great tour, right? Okay,
Matt Roberts.
yeah, Matt. Where's Matt? Yeah, yeah. He was here earlier. He gave me a great tour of your Eugene campus. But my point here, the reason why I'm here, in life, because of my age, right? Okay, I work with many, many people. You really want to partner with people who believe and who show that passion. I saw that belief in this lady. I saw that passion. When we talk about this, I can feel right away that connection, that we could connect. And it is so important that we can feel that. Then after that personal interaction, after the way how we felt about each other, then we start to think about, how we're going to work together. This lady ended up, spending 10 days in Asia, went to Hong Kong, Cambodia, Dongguan, Shanghai, and we spent 10 wonderful days and show her everything that I could show her in a very short period of time. Okay. And that's another reason why that, now, you understand why we have to bring the technology here, because you have seen it yourself. And it's different. It's different. I mean, I have a 3-minute video which I can share with you. You can see the video, but seeing the video and seeing it in action is different. And we want to make sure that we bring that over here. So not just our industry player, could see. But Tricia, can I get one of your denim jeans, and I'll explain to you why this is important, right? Because product is king, right? Okay, and I'm going to show you.
And queen, yeah.
And queen also. Yeah, okay. Product is product, okay?
Now he has to put up with
Yeah,
me.
yes. No, the other one,
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe not put it away. I know which one you want.
Yeah. Let me, because at the end of the day, why do I say, you have to feel it, you have to touch it? Because at the end of the day, we do not, apparel is something that we wear. It's not something that, you imagine that how you wear, right? So I have a pair of jeans that I'd like to show you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. So, this is one of our favorite jeans from Kalvin. A pair of jeans, right?
And making
Yes.
jeans is probably one of the dirtiest processes in the apparel industry today.
You can fake it. It's a pair of jeans, right? Okay. You also cannot fake it because you open this, you can see this is darker, because of the wash, right? After you wash it, the inside is a little bit darker, right? This is a fake jean.
So this is a printed jean.
This is a printed jeans. And the design of this jean is actually AI design. So all they did was, okay, AI, I want a denim jeans design. So they designed this and print and make it into a pair of jeans. You can feel the product, you can put it on. It's a pair of denim jeans. But without going through the traditional, very, very messy production of the fabric, of the washing, beating up the garment, the hem feel. I can pass this around, and we even print the back. This is printed, and I'll show you the other one without print. Then you realize it is printed. So intentionally, you can see this is not printed. So I'm trying to prove to you this is a printed jean because we did not print the back inside. So now we fool you by printing the back, right? And if you can give me the fabric, the panel. So now you actually print on the fabric, you cut it, you stitch it. Now, it is as simple as that. But if you were to make a traditional denim jeans, the process is much longer. The cost is higher, it's very dirty. But under this particular method, you can create whatever, and you can even do pattern at the back, inside.
Like you have on the back of your pants, yeah.
So you can imagine whatever you want to. You can design the possibility of how to design the jeans. If you even look at that, you would think that there's a back pocket. The pocket is printed. So when you touch it, you think there's a pocket. No, you look at it, you think there's a zipper. When you touch it, it's not a zipper. It's printed.
I love, you have product people here. They're grabbing it out of your
Oh
hand,
yeah,
saying,
that's why I'm
please."
passing it around.
Yeah, and so for our sports fans and just Luen Thai and NTX, if you know the Manchester United uniform, that's NTX and Luen Thai, and sold by Adidas. So we don't know these guys because they've been in the background, but now they're coming to the foreground, and you guys get to be involved with this. Okay, we've got about 5 more minutes. I want to take a couple more questions. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Okay, all right. I saw a couple more hands. So, yeah, right here. Okay. All right. Again, introduce yourself so they know.
Hi, my name is Drew Kaiser. I'm first year, and sustainability tends to be a much slower process in the apparel industry. I was kind of wondering, how does the waterless dyeing affect manufacturing times and just the overall timeline of creating a garment?
Does it lengthen the time of manufacturing when you are using a process that does not require water?
我们的技术出来应该是在2009年，正式就已经出来了。
Our technology was available commercially since 2009.
然后第一个客户，第一个品牌用的是IKEA。
The first customer to use it was IKEA.
当然它是为了环保而来做生产。
And initially, they were only concerned with the sustainability aspect of it.
那我们的第二个客户应该是优衣库。
Our second clientele was Uniqlo.
那所做的是，因为别人没办法生产，所以他让我们做20单米的这个羽绒服的这个 print。
And initially, other types of printers were unable to achieve a print on a 20 denier woven material, so they had to utilize our technology in order to achieve the effect.
那我们第三个客人我印象很深是 Burberry。
Our third customer, I had a very deep impression of because it was Burberry.
那你所听下来以后，你就会觉得说，为什么 Polyester、Adidas、Nike 都不用？
So then your question may be, for polyester, why did not Adidas or Nike utilize it?
对啊，因为成本过高嘛。
Because at the time, the cost was too high.
所以我们必须在研发，
So we needed to continue to develop and continue to
如何让
research.
我们的生产速度更快，然后在流程成本更低，一直到我们在2020开始跟 Adidas 做答应。
So we needed to continuously develop and improve the process, speed up the process, and improve the efficiencies so that we would be able to meet those cost benchmarks for this customer. And so by 2020, we were able to achieve dyeing for Adidas.
所以2020我们跟 Adidas 做了一个 MOU， 它是请我们在2025以前，大概35%的布采用这样的一个技术来生产。
So with Adidas, they had an intention to move forward with this to meet their low carbon footprint by 2025. And they wanted to have at least a minimum 35% usage of achieving with low carbon coloration technology.
技术达到碳排指标，这个早就已经做到了。但是最重要的是你要商业化，商业化才是一个重点，你这个技术才能够真正的生根在所有的商品里面。
So for the capability of the technology in order to meet those types of carbon footprint profiles, we achieved that long time ago. But achieving that is one part. The other aspect is the commercialization step, and that takes a long time.
所以研发无止境，对吧？研发再研发。
So development is an indefinite deep black hole. You need to continuously evolve. You need to continuously innovate.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, do you
I
want to say
just want
something?
to add that, you talk about the speed. When you look at the machine, to print both sides, actually the speed could be about 30 to 40 meters per minute. So it's very fast. If you don't do it fast and produce the right quality, then your cost would not be able to come down. Yeah.
Good. Nice. Good question. Maybe a question from the middle? Okay. We have another mic.
Hi, I'm Benjamin. I'm from Taiwan. I have an engineering question for Calvin, so I'll ask it in Mandarin. 你们现在的这个不用水的染料的技术，有打算去研发到染其他的材质吗？除了布料以外，例如皮、泡棉或是塑胶。
So the question was, for your waterless dyeing technology, in addition to polyester, are you looking at waterless technologies for other types of materials? For example, foams, and
leather.
我想技术的一个转用到皮革上面，其实在我们已经做了还不少的一些产品了。然后在一个另外材料上面，比如说像 Gore-Tex 的膜上面，那其实也只能够用我们这个技术去用。到目前的经验是这样的，但是我们现在比较核心注意的是最大的用量是在布料上面。
So for other types of materials, for foam, for leathers, for example, we've actually already done a continuous amount of application. Other types of materials, such as directly on Gore-Tex film, also this is the only technology that is capable for it. So yes.
Okay, well, I can't thank you enough, Raymond and Kalvin, for being with us today, for being part of our leadership luncheon. Students, I think we put our hands together and thank these future leaders. Okay, I would love to figure out a way that we get a quick picture. In 1 minute we need to have you with the City of Portland representatives that are all here to see you. So maybe we can do, I'm sure a student can help us figure out a selfie. Yeah, you guys all out there and we are up here. Chris, why don't you come up here and help us with this, okay? All right, do you want them all to sit?
I was about to ask.